Guys, we are back. Good evening, good morning, or good afternoon. As always, my friend, it is so fantastic to see that smiling face of yours. Now, guys, it's time for Photography Talk episode 35. And we have a lot of news to discuss today, but before we get into that, I want to welcome you to the channel if this is your first time tuning in. I want to encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't done so already. That way you don't miss out on any future Photography Talk episodes, and plus, I don't want you to miss out on any of our other content that we push out as well. Additionally, we have monthly giveaways of photography gear, and to be eligible to win, you have to be a subscriber to the channel. So not only do you get lots of awesome photography content, you might also win some fantastic photography prizes as well. So let's get on to this week's news. Canon EOS R shipped, and well, I got one. Now, unless you've been underneath or living underneath a rock somewhere, you probably already know that the EOS R5 began shipping and that some lucky folks out there managed to get the first round of shipments. I'm one of those lucky people. Well, I had to wake up at 4:45 a.m. the day that these things came out to put my pre-order in. So yeah, it was an early rise and it paid off. Now, the moment that the R5 came in, I got my video gear out and set up a unboxing and first impression video. And incidentally, I'm going to put a link in the description below so you can check out that if you haven't seen that already. Spoiler alert, this thing is really, guys, this thing is really awesome. Now, and of course, I didn't need to get my hands on that to know that this camera would be an absolute rock star. But the moment I laid my hands on it, I knew this was worth every penny. Now, I'll have a lot of videos coming up on the R5 in the upcoming weeks and months, so definitely stay tuned for that. Now, in the meantime, I'll be shooting the heck out of this thing, testing out every feature possible, so I'm really excited to dive into this, and I hope you are excited to see what this camera can and can't do. Now, in not so exciting Canon news, the EOS R5 shipments are being delayed. Now, one of the major concerns that people have with the R5 is whether it can stay cool when recording 8K video. Well, apparently Canon is worried about that now as well. Reports indicate that they have delayed additional shipments of the camera because possible overheating. Well, I think we're beyond possible when you look at a lot of the reports coming in. Apparently, Canon has also delayed shipments of the R6 for the same reason. Now, I haven't had a chance to shoot 8K video on this thing yet. Actually, my CF Express cards literally just came in today. So regardless, I can't personally speak whether or not the camera gets hot. I'm guessing based upon the number of reviews that have come out indicating this thing gets hot, yeah, it's safe to assume it's probably going to heat up a little bit there. Now, if Canon has in fact decided to delay further shipments, that could mean that a recall for the EOS R5 and R6 might be in the works. After all, if this was a problem that Canon could fix with a firmware update, there'd be no reason for them to delay shipments. Anyways, we'll have to see how this plays out. A recall would be a huge bummer, but having a camera that heats up and overheats is a bigger problem. Now, in other overheating news. Now, as common as overheating reports are for the EOS R5, at least one test of the EOS R5 and the Sony a7 III show that the Sony overheats faster than the Canon in some situations. Now, YouTuber Dan Watson's test of the EOS R5 and the Sony a7S III and the Panasonic S1H showed that Sony and Canon cameras did absolutely fine indoors and performed as they were supposed to. But when he took the cameras outside in the sun, the Sony overheated in about 23 minutes compared to 25 minutes with the EOS R5. The reviewer Dan has a second Sony camera coming so he can test it to see whether or not the same issue occurs. However, other reviewers have found the same issue. In fairness, some people testing the a7S III haven't had this problem at all. Whether there is an actual overheating problem with the Sony a7S III and the Canon EOS R5 or not, this test just goes to show that cramming 6K and 8K into such a small, tiny camera body has its challenges that need to be dealt with. Next, Canon patents a cooling adapter for its RF lenses. Now, the internet sleuths have uncovered a Canon patent in Japan that illustrates a new lens adapter with a built-in active cooling. Now, this adapter allows EF lenses to be used with the EOS R cameras and could be a possible solution to the overheating issues that we've seen, or we've discussed rather, regarding the R5 and the R6. Now, one version of the adapter has an air intake and a fan on the bottom. Air is exhausted through the vents on the top. The design allows the adapter, which is hollow inside, to circulate the cool air in front of the sensor, which would allow the hot air inside the camera to be removed. Other schematics show a version that doesn't have a fan, which, in my opinion, is a good thing because the noise from a fan would cause all sorts of problems with video shooters, and besides, vibrations caused by the fan could be a kind of a pain in the ass for video shooters and photographers alike. Now remember, guys, this is just a patent, and this thing might not even see the light of day, but it is interesting design and could be a potential solution to the overheating issues that Canon is facing with the R cameras. Moving on to Kodak. Kodak is going to become a drug company. Remember, Kodak, the pioneer film company, has seen a steady decline since it declared bankruptcy back in 2012. But the US government has thrown a lifeline, a huge lifeline, in the form of a loan to finance the shift to manufacturing ingredients for generic drugs. Yeah, weird, right? When the news of the government loan in the amount of $765 million was announced, investors, as you can probably guess it, flocked to Kodak. Okay, to put things in perspective, on July 27th, Kodak stock was trading at $2.62 a share. By July 29th, just 2 days after, its stock hit a high of $60 before settling in at $35. Kodak stock was so volatile, get this, that it had to be stopped 10 times in just a few hours. Yeah, it's a bumpy ride right there. Kodak's decline over the years has definitely been a sad one to watch. The company used to be the photography company, but in recent years, it has struggled its butt off to find its way in the digital age. It's strange to think of Kodak as a drug company, but good for them in making a hard pivot to stay alive. With this week's news wrapped up, let's talk about our current giveaway. Here are the current prizes: a Peak Design carbon fiber tripod, a Peak Design travel backpack, a Peak Design everyday backpack zip, and the $100 Adorama gift card. Now, as always, entering the giveaway is really simple. Step 1, like this video and subscribe to our channel. Step 2, leave a comment below. In fact, the more of our videos that you watch and leave a comment on, the more chances that you have to win. So get watching some more other content and leave some comments. Step 3, register on PhotographyTalk and introduce yourself in the forum. Now, if you did register on the site and introduce yourself during one of the last giveaways, you're still eligible to win. But as I keep saying, swing on by, say hello, we would love to see you. Now, for complete details on the giveaway, including how to register on PhotographyTalk and how to say hello in our forum, check out the description below. Good luck, friend. Well, there you go, Photography Talk episode number 35. Friend, if you found some value, if you enjoyed this video, if you were entertained, hit that like button down below. All this YouTube stuff really does help the channel, and besides, as I keep saying, we would love to have you part of the community. So if you haven't already, please consider hitting that subscribe button, and while you're at it, smash that bell to be notified each time we come out with one of these videos. All right, friend, I'm gonna get on out of here. You stay healthy, stay safe, and create your best shot.